Once upon a time, there were three siblings named Wendy, Michael, and John. They lived in London in a very big house. Every night, Wendy, the oldest sister, told her sibling story about the adventure of Peter Pan.
Tell us more about Peter Pan. I'm very excited about it.
Yes, please, Wendy. Tell us another story. Please.
It's late and tomorrow we have school. Now, close your eye and go to sleep. Good night and sweet dreams.
Good night, Wendy.
Tinkerbell, Tink, where are you? Now I have to put my shadow. Gotcha!
At midnight, Wendy woke to find a strange boy sitting on the floor, who was crying.
My name is Wendy. Who are you? Why are you crying?
I'm Peter, and I wasn't crying. I can't get my shadow to stick on.
It must be sealed back on. We can't fix that.
And Jesus beat the shadow to the tips of his shoes. Peter was delighted.
How clever I am!
Of course, I didn't do anything.
What the devil? Why is there a lobster in our room?
Boys, it's not a lobster. It is Peter Pan.
Peter Pan!
And I am going to give him a kiss.
And now, I give you an acorn. Boys, why such sour faces?
Mother and father says when they have to grow up. She's not around in the nursery anymore after tonight.
Are you gonna let them get away with that?
I have no choice.
Of course you do. You can come with me to Neverland.
Neverland! That sounds exciting!
It is exciting. And there are lost boys.
Lost boy? Why are they lost?
Because they don't have mother. Hey! You could be your mother.
That's chilly. And just go.
That's right. She can't come.
We all be so happy to have you there. And in Neverland, you never grow up. Fly back to Neverland with me and my fairy Tinkerbell. You could be our mother and take care of us.
Can we go, Wendy? Oh, please, can we go?
But we can't fly.
Sound dangerous.
That's right. They can't fly.
Can't you teach us to fly?
Of course, Tinkerbell will blow fairy dust on you. And just sting wonderful thoughts. You will be able to fly. Ready?
Ready!
Then, Tinkerbell blew some fairy dust over the kids, and they start to fly.
Look at me. I'm flying.
Oh, lovely.
The children were soon flying out of the room. Then, out the window they all flew. Wendy, John, and Michael flew behind Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, following the golden arrows that point the way to Neverland. Finally, they were flying over the island.
The lost boy lives with me and Tinkerbell. I'm their captain. The Indians live over there. And the mermaids live in the lagoon. And there are pilots too, led by Captain Hook.
Pilot?
John and Michael are in the same breed. Wendy was frightened, but Michael and John want to see the pilots fly away.
Hook's the meanest pilot ever. But he afraid of the crocodile. The crocodile bit off his hand and liked the taste so much that it followed him. Hope for more. Luckily for him, the crocodile swallowed a clock and warns him when the crocodile is nearby.
Not sure if she really wants to stay in Neverland after all. Peter led Wendy, John, and Michael to his house under the woods. They entered through a door hidden in an old tree stump. When the lost boy saw Wendy, they shouted,
Hey! Will you be our mother?
I'm only a little girl. I have no appearance. I will do my best.
That night, Wendy tucked the boys into bed and told them the tale of Cinderella. Life was pleasant in a cozy house under the woods. Wendy took care of the boys who explored the island during the day. At night, they'd gather for meals, play make-believe games, and listen while Wendy told them stories. One day, Peter and the children went exploring near the mermaid's lagoon. Suddenly, Peter yelled,
Palace! Take over!
The boys ran away. Peter and Wendy hid. Peter and Wendy could see the pilot had tied up Tiger Lily, the Indian princess. The pilot had left her on a log in the lagoon. Peter was afraid that Tiger Lily would drown when the tide came in. He had to save her. In a voice that sounded just like Captain Hook's, he shouted,
Set her free!
Then, Captain, you ordered to bring her here. Let her go!
Ay!
the pilot said, and set Tiger Lily free. She swam quickly back to the Indian camp. When Captain Hook found out what had happened, he knew Peter had tricked his pilot. Hook became furious. That night, Wendy told the boys a story about 3 children who left their parents and flew to Neverland. Their mother and father missed them very much. The children loved Neverland, but never forgot their home.
Did they ever go back?
Oh yes, they flew home to their mommy and daddy, and everyone was happy.
The story made Wendy, John, and Michael homesick. They decided to fly home the next morning.
If you come back with us, I'm sure our mother and father would adopt you.
Wendy asked Peter if he and Tinkerbell would come home with them too. But Peter didn't want to leave where grown-up could tell him what to do. Peter was sad that his friends were leaving. Still, he wanted the children to arrive home safely. So he asked Tinkerbell to guide them on that trip. Early the next morning, Tinkerbell and the children left the house under the woods. But Captain Hook's pilots were hiding nearby. They captured all the children, tied them up, and marched them toward the pilot's ship. Tinkerbell escaped and hurried back to tell Peter what had happened.
It's Hook or me this time.
Who want to become a pilot? Then make them walk the plank.
The boys tried to look brave, but they were afraid. Suddenly, they heard the tick-tock of crocodile. Now it's what Captain Hook's turn to be afraid. But the tick-tock was only Peter imitating the crocodile. He flew onto the deck and shouted,
I've got you now, Hook!
Captain Hook jumped up and swung at Peter with his sword. Peter was quick and stepped away. He slashed at Hook with his own sword until they came close to the edge of the ship. Peter lunged with his sword, and Hook fell into the sea where the crocodile was waiting for him. And that was the end of Captain. When Peter was certain that Hook was gone forever, he and Tinkerbell set off for London with Wendy and the boys. Wendy's parents were happy to see their children again. Mr. and Mrs. Darling hugged Wendy, John, and Michael and agreed to adopt the lost boy.
Oh, you're home! You're home!
Children, how could you scared like that?
We've been worried all night.
It's only been one night.
Of course.
Hush, George. Just be happy. They are home. Come on, Ting. Time to go back to Neverland.
Goodbye, darlings.
Goodbye, Peter. We will meet you.
Peter Pan and Tinker Bell waved goodbye and flew home to Neverland.